Masjid Al-Aqsa is not merely a structure of stone and history. It is a living symbol of faith, identity, sacrifice, and resistance for Muslims across the world. Located in the heart of Jerusalem, this sacred sanctuary holds immense religious, historical, and political significance. It is the third holiest site in Islam, after Masjid Al-Haram in Mecca and Masjid An-Nabawi in Medina. For thousands of years, Masjid Al-Aqsa has witnessed the footsteps of prophets, the rise and fall of empires, wars, conquests, destruction, and renewal. From the earliest days of humanity to the complex realities of 2025, Masjid Al-Aqsa has remained at the center of global attention. This documentary explores not only what Masjid Al-Aqsa is, but why it matters, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Masjid Al-Aqsa does not refer to a single building. In Islamic understanding, it includes the entire sacred enclosure known as Al-Haram Al-Sharif, covering approximately 144,000 square meters. This holy compound consists of the Al-Qibli Mosque, silver-domed prayer hall, the Dome of the Rock, Qubat as-Sakra, open prayer courtyards, historical gates, minarets, and educational institutions. Every part of this compound carries equal sanctity in Islam. Islamic tradition holds that Masjid Al-Aqsa is among the earliest places dedicated to the worship of Allah on earth. Authentic narrations state that after the Kaaba in Mecca, the second house of worship was established approximately 40 years later, identified by many scholars as Masjid Al-Aqsa. It is believed that Prophet Adam laid the spiritual foundations of worship at this site. Centuries later, Prophet Ibrahim, the father of monotheism, visited the region and reaffirmed devotion to one God. His descendants, including Prophet Ishaq and Prophet Yaqub, continued to uphold the sanctity of this land. This era establishes Masjid Al-Aqsa as a universal place of monotheistic worship, not restricted to any single people or nation. One of the most defining chapters in the history of Masjid Al-Aqsa occurred during the reign of Prophet Sulaiman al-Aziz in the 10th century BCE. Under divine guidance, he rebuilt and expanded the sacred structure, transforming it into a central place of worship and justice. Islamic narrations mention that Prophet Sulaiman made a powerful supplication, asking Allah to forgive anyone who came to this place with sincere intention to worship. This prayer further elevated the spiritual rank of Masjid Al-Aqsa in Islamic belief. Jerusalem endured multiple invasions throughout history. In 586 BCE, the Babylonian Empire destroyed much of the city, including its sacred structures. Later, in 70 CE, Roman forces devastated Jerusalem once again, leading to widespread destruction and displacement. During these periods, the sacred precinct of Masjid Al-Aqsa was neglected and desecrated. However, while buildings were destroyed, the sanctity of the site remained preserved in religious memory. Masjid Al-Aqsa holds a unique and unparalleled status in Islam due to the miraculous event of Al-Isra wal-Miraj. The Prophet Muhammad was taken by Allah from Masjid Al-Haram in Mecca to Masjid Al-Aqsa in a single night. From this sacred site, the Prophet ascended through the heavens, meeting previous prophets and receiving divine commandments. Masjid Al-Aqsa was also the first Qibla of Muslims, making it deeply embedded in Islamic worship and identity. In 637 CE, Jerusalem was peacefully brought under Muslim rule during the Caliphate of Umar ibn al-Khattab. The Caliph personally traveled to the city to receive its keys and guaranteed safety and religious freedom for Christians and Jews. Umar ibn al-Khattab cleaned the sacred compound himself and established a simple prayer space, restoring Masjid Al-Aqsa as a functioning Islamic mosque after centuries of neglect. The Umayyad Caliphate played a pivotal role in shaping Masjid Al-Aqsa's physical identity. Caliph Abdul Malik ibn Marwan commissioned the construction of the Dome of the Rock in 691 CE, while his son Al-Walid Fawaz completed the Al-Qibli Mosque. These projects established Masjid Al-Aqsa as a masterpiece of Islamic architecture and spirituality. In 1099 CE, Crusader forces captured Jerusalem and carried out mass killings of its Muslim and Jewish inhabitants. Masjid Al-Aqsa was converted into a palace and military headquarters, while the Dome of the Rock was turned into a church. This period remains one of the darkest chapters in the history of the holy site. In 1187 CE, Sultan Salahuddin Ayyubi liberated Jerusalem following the Battle of Hattin. Unlike the Crusaders, Salahuddin showed mercy, restoring Masjid Al-Aqsa, cleansing it, and reopening it for Muslim worship. His leadership remains a symbol of justice and ethical conduct in warfare. Under Mamluk and later Ottoman rule, Masjid Al-Aqsa experienced centuries of stability. Educational institutions, fountains, gates, and renovations were added. Ottoman Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent restored Jerusalem's walls, securing the city. For nearly 400 years, Jerusalem remained under Muslim governance with relative peace. Following World War I, Britain assumed control of Palestine. British policies facilitated Zionist immigration, significantly altering Jerusalem's demographics and increasing tensions around Masjid Al-Aqsa. In 1948, the State of Israel was established. West Jerusalem came under Israeli control, while East Jerusalem, including Masjid Al-Aqsa, remained under Jordanian administration. During the Six-Day War of 1967, Israel occupied East Jerusalem. Although the Islamic Waqf of Jordan retained administrative authority, Israel maintained military control over Masjid Al-Aqsa, a situation that continues today. The early 21st century witnessed repeated incursions, restrictions, and confrontations at Masjid Al-Aqsa. The Second Intifada, frequent raids, and access limitations have made the site a flashpoint of conflict. Despite these challenges, Palestinian worshippers continue to protect and pray at Masjid Al-Aqsa, symbolizing resilience and faith. As of 2025, Masjid Al-Aqsa is under Israeli occupation. Religious administration remains with the Jordanian Waqf. Muslim access is frequently restricted. International law recognizes East Jerusalem as occupied territory. Masjid Al-Aqsa has endured prophets, empires, destruction, and occupation, yet it stands firm. It is not only a Muslim sanctuary, but a symbol of justice, faith, and perseverance. History teaches that oppression is temporary, but belief is eternal. Masjid Al-Aqsa remains, and it will continue to matter.